Here we are with Bigfoot, guys. Working on his fingers. This soft wood ended up breaking off a whole eyebrow. So he had to go in for some plastic surgery. So I see Jordy use this stuff, and I seen Ben use this stuff. So I bought some. It's a 2-part epoxy. Got it at Hobby Lobby, $7.99. And you got two different things here. It's like clay. And you cut equal parts off and you mix it together. And it hardens right up. So we had to give Bigfoot some plastic surgery on his head. Right here. Because we lost that whole eyebrow. It's a problem when you're using really soft wood. Okay? Yep. Had to go to the dentist. Get a tooth pulled. That's why it sounds a little different. Okay. And we use the SCM high-speed air tool to cut his fingers in, right here. We use this with a detail burr to cut his fingers in. Okay. So we can either use the micro motor with this ruby burr. Do not use your ruby burrs on this stuff, guys. It'll plug them up quick. Or we can go with our SCM high-speed air tool. And let's see, yeah, large. We can use a large football diamond, which even the large on this is a micro. Shop inspector's in the house. She's out here groaning and moaning over there. Okay. So basically we're just going to use this little diamond burr here. We can use it for shaping the fingers. Get in there and rounding fingers over. But this wood is so soft. So I think what I'm going to do is come back with the diamond bit, or the we're going to come in here with the ruby burr, and we're going to go ahead and get these fingers shaped with the ruby burr. Because this wood is so soft, this thing just rips right through it quick. Awesome tool. I can vary the speed on this by turning the air pressure down. Alright, it's at 35 pounds right now. So let's go ahead and switch over to our little ruby burr here on our micro motor. And we're going to turn the speed right down on it to about probably 10,000 RPMs. And this would also be a good job for the Dremel too. It's just that I prefer the micro motor because I got a lot more flexibility with it, right? And we can get in there, and ruby burrs are great, guys. I prefer the ruby burr over the diamond burrs any day of the week. They last longer, they perform better, they leave a smoother finish. But that's all personal preference. You know, just because this is what I'm using doesn't mean you have to use them. You can buy a whole set of diamond burrs for what this one ruby burr costs. Okay, you can go to Amazon or eBay, and believe it or not, for 15 bucks, you can buy a whole set of diamond burrs. Like a 10-pack of them. The ruby burrs, I think these were like 11 bucks a piece. And that was, I get these from Mountain Wood Carvers. Now I think Ben over there at Studio on the Lake, he gets his from, he flies over there to Germany and gets his. So hopefully, Ben will let us know when he's going on his next trip to Germany, and we can give him some money. And we try some of them German ones. But as you guys get better at carving, or just want to try something different, I'll tell you, these ruby burrs, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, which isn't my opinion, and $5 will get you a cup of coffee. I like them better than the diamond burrs. I still use the diamond burrs. Don't get me wrong, I still use them. But for less critical things. I know that sounds funny, but yeah, I had to get a tooth pulled. Got to make sure the end of your breaker bar stays away from your face, because they will break your teeth. Yep. Well, knock the tooth right out of your head and then break the ones next to it. Hasn't been my month. That's for sure. Hasn't been Bigfoot's month either. He had to go in for plastic surgery. All right. So you can see we got his hands cut in now. His hands are all cut in. We got his plastic surgery on his head done. We got a big honker. I should have cut that back before I put his snot holes in, but too late now. He's got a big nose. Bigfoot. We call him Big Nose. Okay. Give him a smirk there. Get his lip up a little higher on this side. Give him a little bit of a smirk. He's got a little smirk going there. Oop. Don't watch what I'm doing. He's going to need more plastic surgery. Okay. Alright, so that's where Bigfoot is right now anyway. Getting there. I started putting hair in on him. We'll give him a beard here. We won't give him no mustache or anything, and then we'll cut the hairs in around his head and down his arms. And I think he's about ready for that now. Doing the hair job. I can't remember what bit it was I was using for doing that. Looks like it had to be something pretty fine. Something with a pointy point on it. I may have been doing that with a diamond, to be honest with you. Let's see. We got a football diamond here. I bought 30 of them on Amazon for 15 bucks. And they're all the same. They're all the football birds, guys. See? Bought a whole pack of them. Guess it was 20 of them. I think it was 20 of them for like, I don't know, $11 or $15, something like that. And since I love my football birds, yep, it must have been this diamond. That shows you how soft this wood really is. If this was basswood, I don't think this diamond would do as well on it. So then we can just come in here. We're not going to put no hair on his chest. We're just going to come in here and put hairs on them. Some deep, some light. We'll cross them up a little bit. Give them little points. See how soft that wood is? When you can sink that deep with a diamond burr, normally I'd have to do this with an aluminum cutting burr. I may have to do that up here because this stuff, it sculpts great, but it really does plug up your diamonds. So I don't know. I may have to use my like a knife cutting burr. It's a burr that has, see if I can find it in here real quick and I'll show you. Yeah, like this. It comes up to a point. It's like, and it's sharp. So it works real good for cutting hairs. I did his eyebrows with it. And of course, you can control. Here, let me show you real quick. You can control your depth by going deeper or lighter. And this should not plug up as bad. Okay. These are a little harder to find, these burrs. I have found them in sets on Amazon. Or, there again, Mountain Wood Carvers does sell these individually. Okay, and these are high-speed steel. Okay, so they will not take the abuse like the carbide ones will. You don't want to take a chance on overheating these. Overheating these burrs, because once you overheat them, being high-speed steel, that's it. They'll be done. That's why whenever I suggest burrs to buy, they will be carbide. They'll put up with a lot more abuse or misuse or accidental overheating. Where these guys, anything high-speed steel, if it says it's HHS, yeah, I sound real funny. If it says HHS on it, that means high-speed steel. And if you, high-speed steel is a fine burr, but you have to know it's temperamental. You can't run super hot, you can't run a heavy hand on high-speed steel burrs. So you have to run them slower so they stay cooler. That's why you heard me turn this down, because I don't want to take a chance of overheating it. But the bonus with this is, instead of the diamond, now this epoxy is going to be a lot harder than this wood. Okay, and it is. But I'm not taking a chance of overheating this bit either. There's two things that will destroy bits: heat and vibration. The vibration part, really isn't much you can do. Just keep your bits from skipping. And see, we can come back in and go a little deeper, and it will break up the pattern of that hair. And mainly I'm using this burr on the head just because, one, I wanted to show it to you, and two, I knew I was going to be going from this harder epoxy into the wood. And once this guy's painted, you'll never even know that epoxy is there. But I had one of two choices to make. Either cut his whole face off and glue a piece of basswood to it and recarve it, or of course the easiest way was to find epoxy, that epoxy that I got there, and sculpt his face in, which worked out really good, I think. We didn't have to lose the original face, which I was really liking, and we didn't have to we could just re-sculpt it all in. Believe me, I'll tell you, that this sculpting epoxy is awesome stuff, guys. I really liked it. I didn't think it would work as good as it worked. I seen Jordy do a demonstration on carving fusion on his Grim Reaper guy, which came out really awesome. And the stuff he got, I think, is a little bit thinner, or maybe you can let it sit up a little bit longer. This stuff is already pretty thick, and by the time you get done kneading it, you got to take it and squish the two parts together. You have to knead it like bread. The cure time is pretty long on it. I think it's like, this guy's been sitting around for like 6 hours, okay? And you can see it's pretty hard. I think for it total to be cured is, I think the box says 12 to 24 hours for it to totally be cured. But as you can see right here, it's pretty hard right now. This stuff, it's set up pretty good. I really enjoyed it. Plenty of time to do the sculpt work on it. I mean, believe me, I'm no pottery guy or anything like that. I've never even messed with it. I think in school, you know, like every kid in school, art class, you had to make a cup or an ashtray or something stupid like that with clay. Seems like all the art teachers want you to mess with clay. Our art class even had its own kiln. I don't even remember what I made. Back in those days, smoking was in things, so I probably made my mom and dad an ashtray or something like that. I know it wasn't no coffee cup. Probably some goofy looking ashtray. So you can see how fine a hair you can cut in with this bit right here. And of course, the deeper you press, the deeper in the hairs go, right? The only thing you got to pay attention to is the roundness of that. How round that is, because it'll get up into your lips and all that stuff real quick. I got a smaller one, so we can get in a little closer. That's the smaller one. This is the one we were just using, so you can see it's about half the size, right? It's about half the size. Okay. Wow, that's 20 minutes already? Okay guys, I guess we're going to call that a video, because by the time I add the other parts of this video into this video, it's going to end up being 30 minutes or so. Alright, so we will catch you on the next one. Be awesome, carve something awesome, and share